Hello and welcome to a new weekly reading vlog. So this is going to be the first out of hopefully many vlogs throughout this fall in which I try to read books off of my fall reading list. So earlier this week I've asked you guys on the community tab here on my channel to choose between several themes that I had for vlogs, and the one that won was murder mysteries. So this week we're going to be reading murder mysteries. Now I think at this point in time as I'm filming this video, the Cozy Fall Reads one, and I'm going to do that one later. It's just that when I decided which vlog I was going to do, like at the point where I purchased the books that I needed for the vlog, Murder Mysteries was winning. So this is the one that we're going with, and I think it's like the second best in terms of like the number of votes. So hopefully you guys won't be too disappointed. But it's a really good thing that Murder Mystery won because one, I am kind of in a reading slump. I've only read like 2 books throughout the month of September, and we're already like, today I think is the 20th of September, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read a lot of books. Usually I read a lot more, and I usually get through murder mysteries like really quickly if they are well written and like interesting and captivating. So I'm hopeful that this week I'll be able to read many of them and like catch up on my Goodreads challenge, because I'm like 11 books behind schedule, which is like the worst that it's been in ages. But anyway, I'm really hoping that this week will be a very productive week in terms of reading. But also number 2 is that I'm kind of in a mood for a good mystery thriller, like a murder mystery. I'm a sucker for those, and so I'm quite excited for all of the books that I have on my reading list that fall under that category. So I have kind of a set TBR, but it's not too decided yet, so I guess we'll see throughout the week what I decide to read. I have many options for my reading list, which is a good thing. So in order to be in this vlog, it just has to be a murder mystery, which is great. So I think the first book that I'm going to be reading is going to be The Deccan House Murder by Yukito Ayatsuchi. And I may be butchering this author's name, but it's super short. I've heard great things about this. Apparently it's kind of an homage to Agatha Christie because it's a retelling of And Then There Were None, but it also has a lot of Agatha Christie references throughout the book. It's translated from Japanese. Oh, and it says here, a Japanese bestseller inspired by Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. But I'm excited. I've heard really good things about it, and I didn't love And Then There Were None. I'm like in the minority here, but like it's not that I didn't love it. I didn't connect with the characters, and I know they were meant to be unlikable, but like in my case, I didn't vibe with this as much as I wanted to, but it was a page turner. So I'm hoping that this one will also be, and I think it follows university students who go to like a house in the middle of nowhere, I'm guessing, and people get like murdered. So I'm excited to read this. I'm hoping that I'll finish this today, which I don't know if it's doable, but I'm not going to the gym. It's actually election day here in Canada, so I'm going to go vote tonight because I just finished my work day. I don't have the time with me, but I think it's about 4:30. So I'm gonna try to read this a little bit before dinner, and then after dinner we're gonna go and vote, and hopefully we can finish this quite quickly. Like I'm really hoping that I can finish this within a day or two so that I can, you know, catch up on Goodreads because it's a mess. Hello, it's Tuesday, and I have a reading update. So yesterday I started reading The Deccan House Murders by Yukito Ayatsuchi, and so far it does remind me a lot of And Then There Were None. It has a similar storyline, and the writing style is also very reminiscent of an Agatha Christie novel, so I can appreciate that. However, I did not read as much of this as I wanted to. I am only on page 79, well 80 because I finished reading page 79, so only on day 2 of this mystery, meaning chapter 3, and that's because last night I ended up finishing These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. So this has nothing to do with the reading vlog, but I'm really happy that I finally finished it, and I have talked about it in other vlogs, so I just thought that I would mention it. But I did really like it. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm really looking forward to reading the sequel. It comes out at the end of November, so I'm quite excited to get to this one. It was like a thick book. We're talking like 450 pages, and I finally finished it. It was also on my fall reading list, and I do think it would be perfect for this season if you guys are interested. But now, like I said, it's Tuesday, and so I am going to go to the gym with my mom. I haven't been in ages, so I'm quite excited to get back into the grind. And since I don't know when exactly she'll be here, I think I'll take that time and read some more of the Deccan House murders. I am about a third through, so I'm hoping that like I will continue to make quite a bit of progress. And tonight I don't have anything else to dedicate my time to. Like yesterday I wanted to finish These Violent Delights, but today I will be slightly focusing on this one. So let's hope I like it. Also, this is kind of random, but I think this might be relevant here. But during my lunch break today, I watched the new episode of Only Murders in the Building, and I think if you guys like mystery thrillers, you would absolutely love this one. Basically, we're following a group of people. We're following two older guys played by Steve Martin and Martin Short, and a younger woman who's played by Selena Gomez, and basically they're making a true crime podcast about a murder that occurred in their building. Now, the police had initially ruled it as a suicide, but our group of characters have reason to believe that this was actually a murder, and we're basically following their investigation as they're trying to figure out what happened to this guy, and like mysteries and secrets are revealed, and it's super interesting. I am so captivated. I would recommend like waiting until all of the episodes are out and just like binging it, because it frustrates me that like the episode are about like each episode is about 30 minutes long, and they're like only coming out like once a week. So I wish I could just binge this because it would be so good, but now I have to wait every week and it's kind of frustrating. So if you guys want to watch this, it's available on Hulu. If you're not like me from the United States, you can watch it on Disney Plus, I think, through Star, which I don't know if it's available like everywhere, but I know in Canada this is how I am able to watch it. So if you guys are interested, would absolutely recommend it. It's so good, and like it's the best part of my Tuesdays. I'm always looking forward to it, so I thought I would recommend it here because I feel like it's kind of relevant with the theme of this vlog. So if you guys are looking for a new like spooky, not necessarily spooky, but the ambiance is kind of great for this time of year, and I feel like for if you're a fan of murder mysteries and such, I think you would really like this show, so I just thought I would mention it here. Good morning. It is Thursday and I'm going to the office today, which is why I'm all dressed up. We're taking photos for the new website as well, so this is why I am like sort of put together. But right now I'm going to be making my backpack. Like I need to pack my things to go to work. I'm out of focus. Okay, I'm going to be packing my things to go to work, so I'm probably not going to be looking at you, but I am going to be talking to you because last night I finished reading The Deccan House Murders by Yukito Ayasuchi. So, as a whole, I think this is a solid read. Like, if you like And Then There Were None, you're definitely going to like this one. The ending really surprised me. I wasn't, like, did I expect it? Not really, but at the same time I did suspect basically every character at one point, so maybe my theory was kind of right, but I was really far off. I really like the book as a whole, but I don't know, it's a 3 out of 5 stars for me. I liked it, but I didn't really connect with the characters, and I feel like I felt the same with Agatha Christie, meaning that I felt like I was reading something that didn't have any personality in it, meaning that it was very cold, very fact-driven, which is fine, but I never really forged a connection with anything in the story. I felt gripped, and I was like really enticed by the story. I wanted to know who the murderer was and how they had done it and everything. But as a whole, something was lacking with this book for me, and kind of with the same with And Then There Were None. I liked where the story went, I liked what it did, but I just feel like we never really got to know the characters. Like when they started dying, I was like, oh well. Also, I feel like some of the things could have been better explained. There's a lot of elements throughout the book that are like casually mentioned, aside from like who killed who and like how it happened and all of that. But I think some things could have been more explained. Like there's this big plot line about like the motive behind the whole murder thing, and I feel like we never really got the whole backstory. Like I think flashbacks would have been beneficial in that case. I don't know. I just feel like some of it wasn't exactly, like I think it was too short. I think it could have had a little bit more substance to it, but as a whole I really liked it. And if you're looking for a quick read that will like keep you on your toes, this one is great. I really liked it, and I would absolutely recommend it. Like it was really good, and it's Japanese fiction, so it's nice to read a translated book for once. I think I tend to read a lot of like American or like British books, and so I think it's nice to get a different perspective on things and just see things through a different eye, I guess. I like the book. I would recommend it if you guys are looking for a murder mystery thriller type of situation. This one is really good, and it is a classic mystery. Oh, a cult classic, even better. Now I'm going to finish packing my bag because I feel like I wasn't as productive as I could have been since I was talking, and then we're going to head to work. I have decided what my next book is going to be, and for me that's going to be The Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I'm in the mood for a YA book, so I think this one's going to be great, a nice change of pace, and hopefully I will like it. Friday. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, I'm aware that my hair is like freaking crazy. I am trying to figure out how to style it since I got my hair cut. It's quite shorter. It is quite curly though. Like, don't really know if you can tell. I slept on it, and usually my hair, it is very heavy, so like the curls are not as crazy as they are right now. But yeah, like I slept on it, so usually it would be more flat and just not really looking good. But I woke up this morning and I had these amazing curls, and I'm like, damn, if I had like not slept on it, what would it have looked like? Anyway, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I didn't even put any curling products in this. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, let's talk about books. I am on page 103 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And so far, I am hooked. I am loving this. I love the short chapters. Like, this book has very, very short chapters. Like, we're talking a couple of pages, which makes this go so much faster. It's also a mixed media format, which I can appreciate. It's like a mix between regular chapters and like mixed media. So it includes entry logs, interviews, conversations, whatever, like text messages or like chat, whatever. It has like a lot of different elements, which I think makes it more interesting. It keeps me captivated. I didn't really tell you guys what this is about. Basically, it follows around character Pip, and Pip has a capstone project in which she's going to be investigating a disappearance that happened in her hometown a couple of years ago. Pip thinks that the murderer is actually not guilty, that they had the wrong person. So this is kind of the point of our investigation, and this is what we're trying to uncover basically, and it's so interesting. I am so hooked. Like, the investigation starts on page 1. It's super like action packed. Like, I finished part 1, and like the last chapter, man, that was kind of crazy in the sense that it was also kind of not spooky, but kind of, because they were camping in the woods, and just like, oh my god, I am really enjoying this. I'm also listening to the audiobook, which I would recommend if you guys like audiobooks, because this is a full cast of characters, which I always love. I was kind of hesitating getting this in audio format, but I'm really loving the narrator, and the fact that it's a full cast, it got me, like, it sold me. If it's a full cast, I tend to like the audiobook more. So I decided to like listen to the audiobook while following along in my physical copy, and it's going quite quickly. Like, I've already read a big chunk of this, and I'm gonna be hopefully finishing this soon. But yeah, so far I am really loving it, and it's such a nice change of pace. Like, I haven't been reading a lot of mystery thrillers this year, and so reading a couple like back to back, I think it's interesting. And so far this could be like a maybe 4, maybe 5 stars. I don't know. I have a feeling that I might really enjoy this one. It might be one of my favorite YA thrillers that I've read because I tend not to like them. Hello, it's Saturday and I am on page 257 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I just finished part 2 and oh my god, like the twists and the turns and the reveals in this second part. That was crazy. Like the book is really hard to put down because there's always something new coming up, like new information being revealed, and I'm really loving the process of like trying to figure out like who killed Andy. Andy is a girl who disappeared that I mentioned when I very badly explained the plot of this book. I am like shocked by the last chapter, the pieces of information that were revealed. Like, oh my god, so much to uncover and like to like process. There's a lot of information happening, but I'm really liking the audiobook. Like honestly, I think I would have missed out on part of the experience if I had not like decided to listen to the audiobook. I think it really adds something to the book. Like I said, the narrator, in my opinion, is doing a great job at like creating an atmosphere and an ambiance, and I think she has really nailed Pip's voice, and I'm really glad that I decided to pick this one up finally, and I'm excited to see where the story will go from here. Alright, hello. I feel like my last update was from this like angle and like background as well, but I don't care. Hi, it's Sunday. Another day has gone by. I took kind of a break from like doing anything today, so I just watched Teen Wolf all day and finished season 4. But anyway, I wanted to do a bookish update. So last night, well, yesterday afternoon, I want to say, I finished reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and oh my god, this was absolutely incredible. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. It blew me away. The ending completely took me by surprise. This book is amazing. Like, I get the hype. It's so freaking good, and they make me want to pick up like the next book in the series, which I have just ordered because I just wanted it. I am very excited to continue on. It's so incredible. If you guys haven't read it yet, I would highly recommend it. So the next book that I'm going to be reading is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. So I've already read the prologue, and I'm already kind of very intrigued. I've heard kind of mixed things about this one. Like, I was checking up the reviews on Goodreads, and it's either like a really highly rated book, so people are giving it like 4 or 5 stars, or people really hate it and it's like a 1 or 2 stars. So I'm kind of curious, a little bit hesitant to be honest, because it's such a big book. It's like 600 pages, but there is like some mixed media format to it. So like, as you can tell, there's a couple of articles here, and yeah, I'm excited to like give it a try, but I don't know how long it'll take me to read this. Hopefully it'll be gripping enough that it won't take me like ages to read it. But yeah, we're gonna be starting this one tonight, I think. Right now I'm just watching some YouTube vids, and then we're gonna get on to reading our book. It's Monday, it's the start of a new work week, and I wanted to update you guys on my progress with Night Film by Marisha Pessl. So last night I started reading this. I read the first 98 pages, so I read the first 14 chapters, and so far I don't really have a lot of thoughts on the book. We're still getting acquainted with the characters, the story, and everything. So far I'm enjoying it. When I first started it, I wasn't sure what I was gonna think about it. I was a little bit like not sure, insecure, I guess, or just hesitant, I guess is a better word, because I wasn't sure if the writing style, the story and everything would be for me, because it gave off a very dark vibe. And don't get me wrong, I do like darker books, but in this case I wasn't sure if this was something I would be into, because I'm typically not a big mystery thriller fan, and this one kind of is more of a thriller vibe than like a murder mystery per se. I am liking the mixed media. I think it's well integrated. The chapters are quite short as well, so that makes it like easier to go through. But last night I honestly had the best time reading this, because I set up the ambiance. I had like an ASMR room playing in the background. I was watching like some Dark Academia videos as well, and just, I don't know, I felt like the ambiance was like the perfect fall night, and it was just incredible, and it made me enjoy this a lot more, I think, because I had set up the ambiance. So I don't really know if I told you guys what this one is about, but it's hard to say. So I think the best way for me to explain the story would be to read you the back. So we're gonna do that. So this says, Ashley Cordova, the mysterious gifted daughter of the reclusive film director Stanislas Cordova, is found dead in an abandoned warehouse in Lower Manhattan. Her death is ruled a suicide, but veteran investigative journalist Scott McGrath suspects otherwise. What happened to Ashley? As McGrath tries to uncover the truth, he is drawn into a spellbinding quest in the underworld of the Cordova family's life. With breakneck pace and dazzling inventiveness, Night Film will hold you in a suspense until you turn the final page. I feel like the lighting is not great, but I'm in the basement, so what can I say? Anyway, hey guys, so it is Tuesday, and I'm so glad that the workday is now over. It's about 4:30 p.m. I had a day where like it wasn't productive per se, because I had a to-do list and I feel like I didn't do anything on my list, but I didn't stop for a second. Like I was submerged in like emails and whatnot. I feel like I've been kind of overwhelmed with work lately. That's just because there's a lot of things going on at once, and I have like projects that are like long-term projects, like things that I cannot just do in one go. So there are days where it's like not as busy, but like we have had a lot of projects come in recently, and it's been something. Anyway, it's not why I'm here. I have some book mail to share, and since they are all books from my fall reading list, I don't think any of them fall under the category of mystery thriller or like murder mysteries, but I thought that I would still share them because they're all from my fall reading list, and I'm so excited for all of them. So I just thought I would share. Actually, I'm wrong. There's one that would fall into the category for the murder mystery category. Anyway, first here I have A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. So I've heard so many great things about this one recently. It's a Dark Academia YA book. This cover is beautiful. I've heard that it's like quite the atmospheric book, and I'm excited to read this. I also have The Bookshop on the Shore by Jenny Colgan. So this is a sequel, or like the companion novel to The Bookshop on the Corner, which was one of my favorite books of 2020. So I am excited to read this one. I think I've heard from Desi over at Darling Desi that this is more like of a fall read than the previous one, because it takes place during the fall, I think, and there's like a Halloween party, like, or Halloween scene at some point. I'm excited. I really love the first one, so I really am looking forward to reading this one. And finally, you guys probably will expect this. It's A Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. So first of all, can I just say that this package came in so quickly, and like recently Indigo Chapters has like upped their game in terms of like shipping, because like I ordered this on like all of this on Sunday evening, and it's Tuesday and I've already received my package. It used to take like about a week or so before I received anything, but now they're like so quick. They switched carriers recently, I think, and that's why it's been a lot faster. But like, yeah, I'm surprised. Anyway, very excited. This is a sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I just had to get it. Like I knew I wanted to read it, so I'm excited. I love this cover too. This series has had like such great covers so far. But yeah, I don't think I'll be reading this in this vlog, even though I really am tempted. I think this is more of a companion novel than like a direct sequel. That's what I've heard. I think this is like a new mystery that we're going to be solving. But I am excited, and I might include it in like an upcoming vlog, just not this one because we don't have time for this. Like I have to focus on Night Film, which I don't have it with me. It's in my room, but I'm on page 140 something. So I'm slowly making my way through it. It's quite a longer book than I had expected, and it's quite slow, but I'm still enjoying the experience as a whole. I'm still in the middle in terms of like the rating, I guess. Like I don't think it's a book that I would rate like 1 or 2 stars unless like the rest of the book disappoints me, but so far it doesn't seem to be that way. But it's also not like an instant new favorite the way that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was. So I'm still like in the middle, maybe like a 3 or 4 star. It's me again. So I just went and got the mail because like the other package was delivered like straight to my door, but now I went to my mailbox and saw that I had another package. This one is from Book Depository and I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but let's see. Oh yes, I'm so excited. Oh my god, it has sprayed edges. Okay, it is Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens. It's a middle grade murder mystery series. It's the first one in the series. And yeah, I didn't know that this had sprayed edges. I'm so excited. I was actually hoping to maybe include this in this vlog. We'll see how long it takes me to read Night Film. Because like this vlog has been spread out over too many days already. If not, I'll make sure to include it in another vlog. But yeah, I've heard so many great things about this, especially from Gavin. I like middle grade mysteries. They're some of my favorites. So I'm very excited to get to this one. There's like so many books in that series, so hopefully I'll like it. There's like 10 books I think so far that I can see like on the back. So there's even like Christmas themes one. There's one that's like taking place on a train, which I'm a sucker for. And yeah, I don't really know the plot. Like I don't know what this is about. I know it follows 2 girls who have like a detective agency, I think in the 1930s. Hey guys, so it's been quite some time since I've last updated you. So today's Saturday. I don't even remember the last time we talked, but this week I've been spending like all of my free time and like dedicating all of my energy to finishing Night Film by Marisha Pessl. And no, I'm still not done with this book, but I think today's the day that we're gonna finish this. So I'm currently on page 423 and I'm still very much enjoying the book. I think it's very different from what I typically would have picked, and I don't know if it was the best pick for this vlog necessarily. I was supposed to do like murder mysteries and whatnot, and this one is like, yes, it features a murder, yes, there's a mystery at play, but it's more so about the family than about the murder itself, or like the person that died, let's say. So because we don't know yet if it's a murder or not, but yeah, it's very different from what I was expecting. It deals very heavily with the occult, so if you're looking for like something that's kind of a mix between a thriller and like, I want to say fantasy, but it's not fantasy per se. This one is honestly really out there. It's very dark and twisted, so like know that diving into it. There are so many trigger warnings for everything in this book, and it's definitely taken a turn in the past couple of pages. Like, yeah, shit just got real. It's very dark and twisted, but I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it's very outside of my comfort zone, which I think is why I'm liking it so much, but it's fun. It's not a book that I would recommend if you're looking for like a quick and easy read, because this one, like, while I've read it like every single day this week, and yet I haven't finished it. And like I've been reading for at least an hour or 2, sometimes 3 hours, and yet I still am not done with this book. The chapters are short, so you would think that it would go quicker, but like it's almost 600 pages and there is a lot of information to unpack, and yeah, I just feel like it's a lot. So if you're looking for something quick and easy, don't go with this one. There are better ones in this vlog that I featured that I would recommend for like quick reads, but this one is like really not that, but it's still a very good pick for this fall. It's like it's like 1 p.m, not 2 p.m. And I'm gonna try to like power through and finish this today because we need this to be over with already. Even though I'm loving this, I feel like I've been reading this for ages. So we're just gonna power through and have a good reading afternoon. It's also like a rainy day, so it's just the perfect weather to read, really. Alright, so it's much later. It's almost 9 p.m. and I just finished reading Night Film. Wow, I don't really know how to talk about this book, honestly. The last bit that I've read, so the last, what, 150, 200 pages, were something else entirely. I feel like we went into a completely different direction that I guess we were kind of building up towards, but at the same time, it was really unexpected. I was not expecting the author to go there. I don't know. It's hard to explain because I don't want to spoil it, but it was so good. Like, honestly, it kept me entertained. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It kept me guessing and trying to figure out what was happening. And then in the end, everything spins on its head and the author has you questioning everything you found out up until this point. And you're like, wait, is this real? Is this not? Is it like in the main character's head? What is going on? We're following McGrath all along and we're questioning everything the way that he does. It's really hard to talk about because I feel like I would spoil things, but wow, this was really good. I can't understand why people would give it like a 5 out of 5 stars. Personally, I'm giving it a 4 simply because I feel like it was really long and it took me a while to get into it, but it's not like I feel like it was too long. I feel like we needed everything. Wow, this was really amazing. I was not expecting to get to that point. Honestly, like as I was reading, I was like, this is good, but like, it's fine. But yeah, now I get the hype, I guess. I understand why people like this one so much. I don't even know what else to add because I feel like my updates as I went throughout, they kind of represent my reading experience. So I don't really have anything else to add on top of that, but like it was really good. And even though like it was completely different from what I was expecting, it went above and beyond what I was expecting. Like I never thought that I would be reading this type of story when I picked this one up. But yeah, I liked it and would recommend it if you guys are into that. Just know that there's a bunch of trigger warnings, so dive into this with caution. But other than that, like it was really a good story and like I really want to check out other books by this author because I think she's kind of well known for like mixing like fantasy and reality and doing like more speculative work. So I would be like curious to read other of her books because I know like she has a more extensive backlog or like catalog or whatever. So now I guess that brings us to the end of this reading vlog. Finally, a week later, we're here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this still, even though this wasn't what I had expected or like what I had in mind when I decided to do this. Out of everything that I've read this week, I really enjoyed everything. Well, I say this week, but in this vlog, I really enjoyed everything that I've read. I'm surprised by how much I ended up loving everything because I typically am not the biggest fan of mystery thrillers. Now, did this help me get back on track with reading? Yes, in terms of like getting me interested in reading books again because of my reading slump. I just was not reading at all, and reading mystery thrillers just got me back on track and like got me back into a reading routine, and I want to pick more books up now. Like I'm back into a great reading mood and I hope it'll follow me at least for the next couple of weeks. But did it help my Goodreads reading challenge? No. If anything, we're even worse off than we were before. So because this book took me like ages to read. Otherwise I think I probably would have been able to catch up, but well, not catch up, but like be closer to where I should be in terms of the schedule. But this one just took me ages to finish, so like we're not up to date, and that's fine. I've kind of decided to like stop fighting it at this point and just like move on with my life. So I guess that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the books that I read, if you've read them, and if you have any other recommendations for good mystery thrillers, make sure to let me know. I am getting more into them, so I would love to get your recommendations. And I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!